Today, you just heard from Lauren. This is just background. Lauren Groh has just told me that there are 15 similar events today where local stakeholders, elected officials, legislators, county chairs, others, getting together, talk with the media, talk with others about the importance of Governor Strickland's budget. 5 more of those events tomorrow. We'll continue to be speaking on all across the state through the next week, traveling extensively. When I say we, legislators who voted in favor of the budget were members of the Democratic House or Senate caucuses, as well as the state party. And when I say local activists or allies, think labor leaders or county chairs, progressive groups out in the community that have been or are around to help out crafting this message. Just want to let you know that this is not the only event. And if, like in the case of Dayton, if you want to speak to folks, by all means, the legislators are working the same events. Okay?
Is this the one for Columbus?
No. Yes, this is the one for Columbus, but there is going to be an organized event with legislators over next week. So it's the one this week. So I just want to spend just a couple of minutes, and then I'll take some questions, okay? We're all here to discuss the budget and its implications, how we got here and where we go from here. The governor, as all of you know, is prepared to sign a balanced budget that does not raise taxes, increases the state's investment in children's education, and creates jobs right now. Throughout the budget process, Governor Strickland has demonstrated he has the right priorities for Ohio and Ohioans, priorities that will help continue to turn our economy around. While there was a long and often heated debate over the state budget, in the end, Republican leaders embraced the balanced budget framework the governor put forth earlier this year. They embraced his commitment to not raising taxes, they embraced his commitment to education reforms, and they embraced the difficult choices the governor had to make in order to balance our state budget during these tough, difficult economic times, an economy not of our making, nor of our choosing. This budget is a victory of the governor, for the governor, and for those who care deeply about our state. Governor Strickland kept his commitment to the people of Ohio that he would balance this budget without raising taxes. Raising taxes, as I've often said, especially during a difficult recession, as many states are doing, would be wrong for Ohio and would make our already struggling economy even worse. As an industrial state, if we're going to pull ourselves out of this recession, we can't afford to take more money out of the pockets of hardworking Ohioans and suppress retail spending by punishing consumers. Instead of bowing to pressure, Governor Strickland kept his promise and made the hard choices necessary to turn our economy around. During the 2006 campaign, Governor Strickland said that the success of his administration would be measured on whether he could reform our education system here in the state. He reiterated this commitment in his State of the State address earlier this year. With the signing of this budget, Governor Ted Strickland has officially fulfilled his promise on the central issue of his governorship, and by all accounts, his administration should be considered a tremendous success. At a time when other states are cutting school funding, Governor Strickland increased our state's investment in primary education, the largest financial investment in public education in the history of the state of Ohio. Under this budget, school districts receive an average increase of 5.78% funding in the next fiscal year with combined state and federal resources. Increasing funding to local school districts will decrease the reliance on local property taxes and levies to fund our schools. By making Ohio schools the best in the nation, Governor Strickland's education plan will help revive our economy because jobs and investments are going to places where there are the best schools and the most highly trained workforces. This is the vision and leadership Governor Strickland has shown. He understands that improving education is the key to creating jobs and turning the state's economy around. Governor Strickland's evidence-based school funding formula ensures that all schools will have the resources they need to provide a high-quality education as determined by the best scientific research. Under an evidence-based model, our education system in Ohio will strengthen school programs that are successfully improving our children's education and eliminate programs that are failing. Governor Strickland's plan also increases student use of latest technology so our children can compete in the 21st century economy. Governor Strickland delivered on his promise to make it easier for young people to go to college. His plan replaces the graduation test with the ACT to promote college advancement. The budget puts a 3.5% cap on tuition increases at state universities and colleges, meaning that under the two budgets Governor Strickland has already passed, we have had the lowest tuition increases over a 4-year period since 1970. Under his first budget, already enacted, he enacted a tuition freeze. The first time in over 20 years that tuition has not increased at any Ohio public college or university. During the previous administration, higher education was ignored. Public education, public colleges and universities increased tuition by almost 10% annually, making it an impossibility for working families to send their children to college. Finally, Governor Strickland's budget makes critical investments to create jobs for Ohioans right now in order to jumpstart the economy. The budget broadens the job retention tax credit to keep jobs in Ohio and broadens the job creation tax credit to encourage more business investment in Ohio. The budget also creates a film tax credits to spur growth of the film industry. Moreover, the budget creates several new job-creating tax credits, including a new markets tax credit, to give our cities and towns a proven tool to spur investment and bring new life to downtown centers. I welcome your questions.